Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Check Service Industry Podcast. I am Reyshan Parker, and if you haven't yet, you can go hang out with me while I hang out with a bunch of awesome chef owners on my TV show, On the Check, Worker Owner Edition, now streaming on Amazon Prime and Fox's Tubi TV. Fox's Tubi TV, it's free TV. If you understood a damn word I just said, that's awesome. I have a fantastic guest today. He helps digital entrepreneurs scale their income and help them enjoy their lives, because we all need money to enjoy our lives. He also spent a couple of years traveling through different parts of the world and exploring culture and food and getting ready for his next big adventure. I suppose we'll find out exactly what that is and what he ate on his last adventure, and possibly we'll figure out how to get our financials in order at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Davis.
Thank you for the introduction there, Reyshan. How's it going?
Thank you, buddy. Thanks for typing up the short bit for me.
My pleasure. Trying my best. Is what I do.
Cool. Where are you at right now?
I am back in the home base of Toronto, Canada, embracing the cold.
Good old Toronto, yeah. It's like 65 degrees in Savannah, Georgia, which is where I am right now. Yeah. I was up to get the weather out of the way real quick. Snowing?
Not snow. We got some fog. Just to give you the update here. Toronto in January, not always hell with 2 feet of snow, but we got an ugly gray day for us here instead.
Beautiful. Those are my favorite beach days, actually. Just gray, cloudy, maybe a light mist.
Burn as much. Just a sneaky through the clouds, kind of overcast sun. There you go.
Yeah, I don't need to sweat and roast and take in. I mean, I need my vitamin D, but not that much. Anyway,
no, not much missing at all.
So you help people with their financials. You also got to just you did some traveling. What exactly is it that you do?
So I guess indirectly helping people with their financials, mostly on the spot there, but help other entrepreneurs grow their businesses. Been a copywriter for the last few years, and helping people basically with the system structure, content, copy. They need to grow their business so they can try good food, travel the world, do whatever they want, and have a lifestyle that they love. Nice. So
you're writing ads for businesses?
All kinds of copy. Really touch on everything from ad copy to emails to sales pages to you name it. I've probably hit on that, but that's fun. Been kind of the past, and now empowering people to do it themselves. A little bit of a transition there.
Okay, we're gonna go right into this one then, because I would literally, before I got on here, I was watching something on TikTok about how AI is going to put Google out of business. And I'm not gonna lie, I was just playing with Chat.io like 2 days ago too for the first time, and I was just like, this is cool. It literally wrote a story that I had written years ago that I was like, I want to see how close it gets to the story that I wrote about a raindrop falling from the sky, and it got pretty close.
I believe it. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. As a copywriter, like, it is definitely something that is blowing our minds, and seeing how it is getting pretty advanced. I'll always keep sticking to the narrative here that it's not going to replace our jobs. It's going to be tools that we can work with to make their jobs easier. But
right. I mean, I see that. Right, because it's not perfect by any means, right? But asking it a bunch of different questions and then taking all that content and kind of rearranging it and rewriting it.
Exactly.
So you didn't have, it's fun.
Writer's block should be a term of the past now. Yeah, we've got no shortage, no excuses on that front, because these tools can, definitely help spin up some ideas, some frameworks, some whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The picture thing kind of sucked. I was a little disappointed by the picture generator.
The AI art? Yeah, I haven't tested that out, but I've seen people say it's not quite there. It can come up with some crappy, abstract things, but it's not quite replacing stock photos yet.
Not quite. In fact, I'm pretty sure I saw several actual stock photos just pop up as the thing, right? Like, I'm like, is that the Wikipedia picture for brownies? I think it is.
Yeah, so there you go.
So not too worried on that front?
Not too worried. I think it is going to be interesting, though, to see how the opportunities do evolve, and, helping other people get some base of, copy down if they don't have the skills and don't want to pay a copywriter to go and do it. They can at least get something to start with, and depending on where people are at and where businesses are at, they can definitely work with it and see how it can be used to give them a starting place anyhow.
See, when I went to school, like, I don't know. We actually had to learn English. When I went to school, you had to learn cursive, but that's not taught anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, and literally, I'm terrible at grammar. I'm terrible at punctuation. I misspell at least one word in any paragraph that I'm going to write. Guaranteed. Even if I check it over, it's that someone will still be like, you spelled mock M-O-C-K instead of M-O-C-H. And I'm like, God damn it. So that's why we need people like you who can actually tell the story. How did you get into copywriting? Were you an English major?
I definitely was not. No, I was a business major. I definitely stayed away from the writing part. That was definitely something that was never a natural. I was always a writer and fell into this kind of backstory for me. I did despise English class back in the day to some degree, or just the idea of having to have people read my work and get critiques on it nonetheless. But then found myself in sales and was writing sales emails for trying to get some calls booked and bring in some more revenue. And I realized, that did the job a lot better than me picking up the phone and dialing all day. So that kind of led me into the world of work with automation for you and use it in your toolkit, and actually write the copy once, understand how to frame it properly up front rather than having to try to regurgitate it on a call. And you're going to do, a lot better than having to keep saying the same thing over and over.
So what are the points that we need to cover when we're, say, reaching out to a lead or to a potential customer?
I mean, if we're given a general overview here, I think you got some headphones on there, you got some good tech. What radio station might you tune into? Everyone's tuned into the same one. It's WII.FM, and that's what's in it for me. And I've heard that sort of analogy, that sort of acronym for it, and that sums it up. Don't talk about the features. Dial in really down to the benefits, and remember, features tell, benefits sell, and that'll probably cover the rest of the pieces you need to do, whatever the piece of copy is you're trying to write.
Features tell.
Benefits sell.
And benefits sell. So just accentuate the positive.
That's it. What are they going to get out of it? Which, brings in the next piece that, obviously then to talk about those benefits, you need to know who the hell you're writing to, who you're speaking to, what do they actually care about, where do they want to go, and all that kind of good stuff too.
Right. But I mean, for a pretty base level, to cover all bases, I suppose, that pretty much nails it for a job interview. Why me? How can I benefit you? Right. That's it. To a product. This product you're gonna love it. You will love it.
Exactly. And that was natural. That was a natural transition for me from sales. It was, you're doing the same thing over the phone, in-person meetings, and now it just gets to be done, once to reach the masses. And it's all the same foundations of persuasion and influence, and basing it on human decision making. Yeah.
Do you find that the necessity in different styles in social media, like across the different platforms, that the difference in, like, for instance, longer actual copy works better on LinkedIn than no one's reading anything on Instagram, right?
Yeah. Well said. Yeah, that's a good question. I think medium and looking at channels is definitely important, right? What kind of way people are consuming content is going to make a huge difference, and knowing what kind of reader or viewer you're talking to, an intellectual kind of audience on a LinkedIn or a Twitter versus who knows what type of interested audience you might be getting on a TikTok short, but they're probably not there to stick around for a 4,000 word blog. That's for sure.
Probably not. I also just appreciated the fact that you just lumped Twitter in with the intellectual.
That can be up for debate, I guess.
Reddit, maybe.
We'll say more of the text-based platforms that don't have the video or the the same degree of, I guess, photos to make up for the lacking content that can be written. Yeah.
Twitter is one company that I always was amazed that actually people still use it, because I never really used it. It was like the trash can of social media, right? Like, you can post to Twitter 1 million times a day and nobody gives a shit, right? Like, do whatever you want, right? But you don't want to post too many times on Facebook. You need to post only 3 times on Instagram a day. You need to et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's all these rules. not written rules, but social rules. But on Twitter, it was always whatever. Even now, I will stream live just to get my videos in StreamYard so I can stream them live later. And I'll only stream it to Twitter first so that they're saved and uploaded.
But I think that's the beauty.
Nobody fucking cares.
Oh, Twitter, that way. Because nobody cares, you have the opportunity to throw some stuff out there and see what shit sticks, right? I think that's it, exactly.
That is true. So you did some traveling recently. You ate around some parts of this big old blue ball we live on. Where'd you go? What'd you do?
I have. Spent most of this year down in Latin America, so bouncing around between Central down to as far down as Argentina, and ate lots of good stuff. Butchered my Spanish and improved it a little bit, but survived nonetheless, and tried to respect the cultures along the way.
Nice. How did you drive through there? Did you just hop flights? What was your travel like?
Yeah, mostly hop flights. Didn't drive across borders, but definitely did a fair share of driving, like through Costa Rica, hit most of that country up. And it was always just, roads were most part decent condition to want to hop behind a wheel.
Well, that's good.
Up for debate on the peninsula, but yeah, the mainland at least was mostly in good condition.
Any scary stories? Any encounters that you were like, oh, my dad? I've been to Mexico and I haven't been all the way to South America. I think it's almost to Belize. Is about as far as I've made it.
Yeah, I was definitely not eager to go and jump behind the wheel in Mexico. That was probably the closest we had. We did the bus ride. If you heard of the vomit comet between Puerto Escondido and Oaxaca.
Oh yeah. No, I've been on that.
Oh, you've done that one.
Yeah, my dad lived in Mazunte, which is just outside of, or about 45 minutes from Puerto Escondido, at Point of the Comets, Point Canita.
Yeah, heard a lot of great things about it.
Yeah. So we used to go down there and see him when he was still around. But it's a different world. It's a different world.
That it is, yeah. No safety concerns on that, other than safety for, I guess, our guts on that hell of a bus ride. But other than that, mostly safe travels and no real concerns, other than just not being able to speak the language very well behind
That's all right. Food was your language. What tell me about some of the dishes. Did you have any home cooked meals in people's houses? Did you hit up every taco stand on the way down?
Yeah, every taco stand was probably our summary of Mexico. Everything from the taco stands, in Mexico City or in Oaxaca, to like this sort of more fine dining restaurants in Puerto Escondido. Trying all the cultural cuisine of the Oaxaca region there, all the mole we could get our hands on, and everything in between. Those were good. Mexico is probably the highlight for food.
You ever try to order a rare steak in Mexico?
Can't say I have. How's that go?
They won't let you. My wife, we tried to find. She wanted steak so bad. We got married down there, and we were there for like 2 weeks. All she wanted was a steak, but she wanted like a rare fillet. And my dad's like, "Well, no. I mean, you can try, right? Like rojo, carne rojo. No."
Just don't do it that rare. It's like
no.
It will be at least medium rare.
Oh yeah. Do you go in any of they're like malls, like the food malls, and like the big meat market, like the meat markets? Yeah.
Oh yeah, lots of that. Yeah. Avoid walking past all the meat stands through there.
It smells so good. It's really delightful.
I know.
And once you get there, you realize why you can't order your steak rare.
Yeah, very true. Sitting down room temperature for who knows how long. Yeah.
Who knows? There's flies flying around.
Need a little more cook time. Not following the food standards there, but I did find that same struggle.
Milk is on shelves.
Oh yeah, that's always been a surprising thing for me everywhere I go. Like I remember when I first went to Europe, like 5 years ago, I was like, "What do you mean eggs and milk on the shelves here? You guys don't refrigerate this stuff?" Like that just seems like most parts of the world. It seems outside of North America here that we do rock with it that way.
And we're so greedy. You would think we wouldn't waste the refrigerator space if we did.
Prime shelf space. Yeah, come on. That's true.
That is commodity in a grocery store, and it's taken up by like a whole row of just 50,000 different milks.
Yeah, so true, so true. Yeah, no, I think the Spanish barrier, I was going to say on steaks though, you'd probably know better than me then. What is the order for a medium rare versus a rare or medium steak? Like I remember even being in Argentina, home of the steaks, and so many good ones, but I still butchered my order and still don't know. Was it rojo? Was that my order for a medium rare? But it was always like one level of off.
Taquito rojo? My Spanish is terrible. It is not good.
All right,
I got a C in like freshman year in high school, and that's
at least you guys got some Spanish opportunity to learn south of the border there. Up in Canada, we got French. That didn't take me too far in Spanish speaking countries.
They're rather close. Italian's a little closer, but
they are. Yeah, so true. I was able to go from like French background when I was in Italy like 5 years ago. That's where I got the best home cooked meals. Living with host families in Italy. That was good home cooked meals, but managed to get by on the Italian by the end of that trip, just off of my French. So definitely some similarities.
Where'd you stay? You stay in like little cabins, or do you hostel it, or?
So after like 6 months of being out in Europe, after studying abroad out there, I finished off in teaching English in Italy. So I was literally just like bouncing around every different part of it.
The man who hated English and was teaching English, who's now a writer.
How about that? I know.
That's crazy. Anyway, back to the host families.
Yeah, so luckily this is some very foundational, basic English to 6 to 14-year-olds, and mostly revolved around games and song. Not that I'm one for singing either. Don't ask me to do that. But yeah, it was like the epitome of like living with Nonna, who's encouraging you to keep eating when you're like already on the verge of exploding. And it was just heaven. Amazing people that were so welcoming, opening their arms up to let us into their homes. It was awesome.
Nice. Did you get any home cooked meals down in South America?
No, didn't have any of those kind of cool cultural experiences that way. As far as the food goes, the closest we probably got was going on some of the cool cultural tours in Oaxaca for Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos. And we were up in a random small town at like 10 p.m. while they're starting some big parade, and they're just passing out little mole filled tasty home cooked things, but never like a sit down dinner in someone's house. That would have been cool.
Was there a fair going on at the same time? Do they have like rides and stuff?
Oh, this one was like small town. I mean, just to give you the backstory of what I took away from Day of the Dead in Oaxaca, every little town outside that area has like one person, or they all have different traditions, but for the most part, one person is like the guy who organizes the entire year's build up to this celebration. And then they hire a band that comes all across from all parts of Mexico just for playing for like 24 hours straight, where they just like party through the night into the next day. And yeah, these guys were just like, had all the masks on. They were going through the storyline of teaching the culture to the kids and the massive celebrations that they do in all those towns.
Fireworks.
A lot of fireworks, a lot of masks, a lot of cool costumes, and all
Did you see any of the guys wearing the fireworks on their heads?
That's new.
Oh, dude!
I did not see that one. Like Roman candles, just like on a hat, like
yes, but like bigger than that, like actual like bombs,
just off their head,
just off their head, and they were lucky to be the ones to get to do it. So I was there for the 100th anniversary or 200th anniversary or whatever of the town of Mazunte, and cool. So they had this whole, it was like a 4th of July street fair, right? Like they had rides with no gates around them. They had the boat ride, right, with people just like pushing this, running up on it, pushing it, and swinging it. Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Love it.
Like if you weren't looking where you're going, you could very easily just have a kid kick you in the head, like from like a little silly like roller coaster thing that they put together. Everything's sponsored by Frito-Lay too, by the way.
Of course.
But for the fireworks show, these kids would take turns putting these hats on that were just loaded with fireworks. and they would light them, and they would just run around the middle of this field, and everyone would like cheer and scream, and
that was the honor of the tradition there.
Yeah, like and like these kids fought over like being the ones who got to wear the hat, right? It was crazy.
Sounds like it. I'd imagine that's what a smaller town on the Mexican coast could look like for a big celebration, for sure.
Oh yeah, no fire trucks or anything anywhere. No. Kegs. Plenty of kegs. It was nuts. It was fun.
Sounds like it. That's cool. So you've tried your fair share of good Mexican food then, and gone through.
Yeah, it took me a long time to actually find tacos, like actual just like tacos.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, some of the best food I ate there was actually this Chinese restaurant. I swear to God. And my dad's friend owns a bar restaurant, and Epi, that was his name. He made homemade noodles, and in like this like white clam sauce. Oh my God, it was like the best fucking pasta I've ever had in my whole damn life.
That sounds amazing.
And then the taco place, and I've been there multiple times, and every time we just had never make it because they only opened like at 8 o'clock at night or something. And we just never got a chance to do it. And then finally we did, and it was probably like really good. Just because it's just meat, lime, and like some cilantro for the most part, right? Some hard Oaxacan cheese.
They keep it just so simple there. Yeah, none of like the Americanized, load on all the old El Paso ingredients you can and. Yeah,
a lot of tamales on the beach, right? Like the tamale ladies.
Yeah, the tamales are an easy one to package up and sell on the beach, no doubt. Yeah, those were what we had at some of those festivities, but no shortage of good tacos.
No, or hammocks. Hammocks?
I didn't really see any in Puerto. No, actually, now that I think about it.
No. Not even in Puerto Escondido. There's usually like a lady or like families that will like. I'm pretty sure that it's getting them off Amazon.
Selling the hammocks.
Selling the hammocks. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see that many people lying them, so I guess a lot of people selling them without luck.
Handmade by grandma. No, from Amazon.
couldn't hit on those benefits well enough. Yeah, no, didn't quite get it.
I got a couple hammocks. We don't hang them anywhere, but we have them.
Just in case. Good to have.
I mean, it was like 150 pesos. So fine. I'll take a hammock.
If you're vacationing,
give me a hammock.
Why not? Load it up, bring it back. I'm living out of like a single suitcase for the next like 4 months. I was like I loved some of the things I got, but I'm like, I can't buy that. There's no place for that. No wait.
So were you happy to get back up to Toronto, or you feel like maybe you want to move to South America now?
Yeah, definitely a bit of a mixed emotion. Nice to come back for the holidays and catch up with friends and family, but I could do without the winter. I could do without the cold. Outside of going up to my cottage, for family cottage for New Year's and embracing some snow and frozen lake fun. But other than that, I'm ready for more warmth. Take me out to another part of the world.
Ice fishing's fun for like a day, right?
There you go. In short moderation. Yeah, I can come out and vacation to the cold.
Nice.
Yeah. No, South America is pretty awesome, but I'm ready to explore to Southeast Asia and try a whole nother kind of cuisine out there.
Do you work remotely?
Yeah, so it's all freelance from home from wherever I set up. So that's a whole nother element of what I'm learning as I go.
So just to bookend this thing, how do you end up doing what you do? How do you teach somebody else to live this lifestyle?
I mean, it's kind of following a bit of a structured path, I guess, that I've kind of found the hard way of like either have a remote job that doesn't care about time zone, or I've met digital nomads who fully went out to Southeast Asia and they took it from here to there, and they're just working the graveyard shift, and they're committed to getting some naps in during the daytime, and that's cool for them. I like my sleep during whenever the sun's down. So for me, I think that was taking the path of stick with the circadian rhythm that we've got, and find a freelance or business opportunity that can fit that lifestyle. And after traveling that experience through Europe, that was like where I realized, I kind of want to make this thing happen and try on this lifestyle and see how it goes. And so started the process of learning the skills to then be able to go freelance and to kick that off. So
and you're pulling it off. How do you get all your jobs? Do you Upwork or
I've got like
LinkedIn?
one gig for Upwork. Mostly, yeah, LinkedIn through the network. That was kind of how it all began.
People overlook LinkedIn. They really do. I mean, just the general public, I feel like, is afraid of LinkedIn because it's not just a shit show, right?
Yeah, very true.
But it really is. Like, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, or if you're a creative trying to get noticed in a professional way, LinkedIn, that's where all the professional creatives are at.
And, maybe right now with a lot more of them, looking for that freelance work and people being in more of a, gig economy kind of capacity, that might make it a little more competitive, but, nonetheless, always opportunity on there. And same thing with, other platforms, if, depending on what kind of business someone's setting up and what they're going after, no shortage of, small solopreneurs on the Facebooks and IGs and Twitters of the world as well.
Indeed. What are you having for dinner tonight?
Oh, that's a great question. I just pulled out some salmon fillets. I'm going for the light kind of cuisine for this week after just coming back from cottage feasting for the last 3. So I'm keeping it light here, Reyshan. How about you?
Nobody ever asks me that back.
Got to reciprocate here. I'm curious.
I should probably figure that out. My wife's at work until 8:00, and then I'll probably have dinner. Maybe I might keep it simple and just rotisserie chicken. I got an Instapot for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
So I've used
liking it.
Oh yeah, it's We got like the 11-in-1, so the thing like air fries on top of like sauteing and pressure cooking. I really only use it to pressure cook just because I was like, you see on these cooking shows all the time, like you pull out the pressure cooker to get the short ribs done in like a half an hour, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, cool. It takes longer than half an hour. That is total BS.
Oh, it does. Let alone the steam off time, you don't factor in for. I learned that one the hard way with an Instapot trying once. Don't make a stew that's like full to the rim and then think you can use the quick release valve. That was
Oh no.
That was right. That was
sprayed the whole kitchen.
Lesson learned the hard way, yeah.
Good to know. I have not made soup yet, so
there you go. Word to the
Thank you for the tip. But I did make a couple roasts that I think it wasn't as quick as I thought it would be, but I guess it was faster than like a crock pot.
True.
Right.
Which you probably got that slow cooker option on there too with your 11-in-1.
Yeah, right.
To go slow cook.
I mean, it does so many things.
That's impressive. All these all-in-ones. That's what we
right.
need.
And I already had an air fryer, so I'm like, why? Like, we have a nice Ninja air fryer. I'm like, what? Okay, whatever. Now we're gonna have a party and fry some shit. Air fry some shit.
At least you got the option. Yeah, air fryer's great. I'm like, I needed the 3-in-1 now though. I'm like, air fryer's only doing air frying for me. I got 4 appliances that I could be using all at once, or they could all be in one. I guess there's the trade-off. I might just have to travel with an 11-in-1.
We got the 5-in-1 Ninja air fryer, so it grills too somehow. It has like this grill plate that you can put in, so you can actually like grill your steaks like a fancy foreman.
There you go. I'm gonna say
I don't know.
Gotta have something if you got enough snow on the barbecue and don't want to step outside.
I mean, we have to have all these options if we're going to ban gas stoves in the future.
There you go. No, I can't say I have, but
okay. Well, the California already did it. Like LA,
really?
I think all new builds can't have gas anymore. So all the old restaurants are still okay, but I think they were talking about federally, like not getting getting rid of gas.
People
stoves.
just like unable to use gas stoves without blowing up their kitchen.
I don't know. I guess it's a climate thing. I guess maybe.
I guess that makes more sense here. Yeah.
I suppose, but I feel like the amount of propane even that we use just to cook is probably less than the cow farts. But
yeah, there you go.
And then how are we supposed to cook the cow without the propane?
There's bigger levers to help with
on a 5-in-1 Ninja, apparently.
And cue the ad placement.
By the way, LinkedIn or Ninja, if you would like to sponsor my podcast, you're more than
There you go. Let it be known.
Instapot, shout out to you too.
No, I'm gonna start getting ads for these things. I'm gonna have to start researching into the next appliance, man.
Right? What will it be? I bet it'll be a 13-1 of something.
The numbers just keep climbing. Didn't even know there was that many ways to cook. Right. Now I'm gonna have them all.
You have no need for a toaster oven, a microwave, a stove, a grill. Nothing. You just need this one perfect cooking tool.
There we go. I wouldn't mind that. Like living out of Airbnbs, we had one Airbnb that had the air fryer in it, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna cook now like once a week instead of going out every single night, just because I've got this appliance. Give me something I can use, and I'll try to make it work.
So easy and simple.
Love it. Gotta love it.
Do you, if you could go back anywhere in your travels to have one thing to eat, what would it be?
Ooh, maybe just because it's top of mind and we're talking Mexico. These tacos we had with, no, maybe not even the tacos. This one fine sort of dining, like tasting menu we had was probably the top, like that spot in Puerto Escondido. Yeah, it was just like, they just did it so well, and it was pretty memorable. We went back twice just for a friend's birthday because it was so good.
Nice. You remember what it was called?
This was like the most recent place I've been to. I should. No, I can get that to you afterwards. If you want
I asked you too quick.
It's on the strip of like Rinconada, I think it's called, in Puerto Escondido, and it's like right in the middle. I can picture it. I can see the nice like imperfect plates and bowls, but yeah, the name's passing over.
If you're in Puerto Escondido, go find the tasting menu.
There you go.
Ricotta Street.
That's it.
Nice.
They'll find it. Someone will point you in the right direction. People are friendly.
Awesome. Well, where can people find you?
People can find me. That's a good question. Facebook is probably where I'm hanging out most. Got a Facebook group there, sharing anything I've learned with traveling the world, working remotely, and growing a business. It's called Scaling Remotely, and can send a link over if someone wants to come join us over there.
It's right down there. It's in the It's in the description. Cool. Awesome. Well, Trevor, thank you for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, it's been fun, Reyshan.
Yeah, good times, sir. Good times.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Cheers to you, and stay warm up there until you manage to get back on the road.
Thank you, and right back at you. Have a good 2023, and then stay warm through this winter. There you go.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Cheers to that, man. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, go find Trevor, let him help you with your business, and I'm sure he's got some fun tips and tricks for you. Go watch my TV show. Cheers.